Hello, my lovely YouTube crocheting fans. Today we are going to be doing a project where we're going to be making this really cute mitten. I made some mittens for my son before and he's kind of grown out of them, so I decided to make him some more. So we're going to be making something that looks like this. So what we're going to be using today is this top part is blue ZZ twist yarn. And this nice, soft, fluffy part here is Bernat Pipsqueak white yarn. I'm using a G hook, and you're also going to need a pair of scissors and a yarn needle. I'm going to bring you in, and we are going to go ahead and get started. Now, what I'm going to do first is we're going to be making this outside part first. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make our slip knot with our ZZ twist blue, and we're going to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then we're going to join them together. Let's make sure it's in the right spot. Okay, there we go. Gonna join. Now we're not going to chain or anything. We're just gonna go ahead and work 10 single crochets into the ring. So 1, 2, and this is 3, 4, and that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now right here, I'm going to stop, and I've just cut off a piece of scrap yarn that's a different color. And I'm going to use it as my stitch marker, so I know where I am, because I'm not going to be joining. So now we're going to put 2 single crochets into each stitch for a total of 20. So that's 1 and 2. And I'm just going to bring you in just a little bit more. Okay, so that was 2. And this is 3 and 4. And then we have 5. There we go. 5 and 6. I'm gonna try to make sure I pull to make sure it's tight. Okay, this is 7 and 8. And then we have 9 and 10. And then right here is 11 and 12. And then 13 and 14. And then 15 and 16. Then we have 17 and 18 and 19 and 20. And now I'm just going to pull up my stitch marker here. And there is our 20. Now we're going to do 1 single crochet all the way around. pull up my stitch marker. Now for round 4, we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next stitch and then 2 single crochet in the stitch after that. And we're going to repeat that all the way to the end. Okay, now I'm going to pull up my stitch marker. Okay, now at this point, which is round 4, you should have a total of 30 stitches. So for round 5, we're just going to go ahead and do 1 single crochet in each stitch. Okay, and now I'm going to pull up my stitch marker. There we go. Okay, now that was round 5. Now this is going to be our last increase round before we do the thumb hole. So for round 6, we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then we're going to do 2 single crochet in the stitch after that, and that should give us a total of 40 stitches. Okay, and now I'm just gonna pull up my stitch marker here. Okay, so at this point we should have 40 stitches. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go from rounds 7 to 22, and we're just gonna simply single crochet all the way around. Once I am done doing my round 7 through 22, when we get back, or when I get back, I am going to show you how to make your thumb hole for this mitten. I have went ahead and I have finished rounds 7 to 22. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make my thumb hole so I can make the thumb part of this mitten later. So the first thing I'm going to do is single crochet in the next 18 stitches. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And now from right here, we're going to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to go ahead and skip 2 stitches. And we're going to go ahead and single crochet in that 3rd stitch. And this right here will be our thumb hole for our thumb. So then we're just going to go ahead and single crochet in the rest of the stitches left. Okay, and I'm just going to pull up a stitch marker now that I'm done. And see, now that we've created our thumb hole here, for round 24, we're going to go ahead and we're going to single crochet in each stitch, and we're going to single crochet into the 6 chains that we made with the thumb hole. Okay, so now I'm here at the thumb hole, and we're just gonna single crochet in each one of these chains. But what I wanted to go ahead and let you know is at this point you want to have whoever the mitten is going to be for, you want to have them come in and actually try this mitten on to make sure that this thumb hole is in the right place. Since I am making mine for a 4-year-old, my son, I know that this is in the right place because I had already made one and had him try it on. So now we're just gonna go ahead and you're just going to single crochet in each of these chains here and all the way to the end. Okay, so now that I have done row 24, we're going to go on to row 25, and we're going to single crochet in the next 20 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, this is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And then we're going to go ahead and do a single crochet decrease. And then we're going to repeat that all the way to the end. Okay. And now that I finished row 25 and I pulled in my stitch marker, we're going to do row 19. I mean, not 19, sorry, row 26. And we're going to single crochet in the next 19 stitches. And then we're going to do a single crochet decrease and repeat. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, this is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. And then we're going to go ahead and do our single crochet decrease. And then we're just going to repeat that all the way to the end. Okay, and now that we have went ahead and we have done row 26, we're going to do row 27. Row 27 is we're single crocheting in the next 18 stitches, and then we're going to do a single crochet decrease and repeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that was 8. This is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And then we're going to do our single crochet decrease, and then we'll just repeat that all the way to the end. Okay, and now that I've pulled up my stitch marker, we're going to do our last round, which is round 28, and it is going to be 1 single crochet in the next 17 stitches, and then a single crochet decrease, and then repeat. So that was 2. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And then we're going to do our single crochet decrease, and then we repeat that to the end. Now at the end, at the end of this round, you should have 36 stitches. Now for rounds 29 through 33, we're going to simply do front post double crochet. So I'm going to chain 2 right here, and of course our chain 2 means we don't need our stitch marker anymore. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do front post and back post. So we're going to do front post double crochets, and then back post double crochets. And we're going to do that for rounds 29 to 33. I went ahead and I finished. I did rounds 29 to 33, and now we're going to start on our thumb where we left our little hole here. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and make my, make my slip knot. Okay, and now we're going to you can just attach it in any one of the corners here. And what we're going to do is we're going to work 16 stitches. Work 16 stitches evenly into our thumb hole. So that's 1. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let's see, get this 6. Okay, here we go. 7, 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, and here are our last 2, 15, and 16. And I'm going to use a stitch marker here. I don't know if I can get it in there. Okay, let's see. Oh no. There we go. Pull that up. Okay, there we go. There's our 16 stitches. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put, now that we've done our 16, we're going to put 2 single crochet into each stitch. I'm sorry, not 2, just 1. 1 single crochet into each stitch. I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. So 1, there's our 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, this is, 14, 15, and this last one is 16. Okay, right here, I have go, 16, and now I'm going to bring up my stitch marker. There we go. And now for round 3, we're gonna do 1 single crochet. So we're gonna do 1 single crochet decrease. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to single crochet in the next 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to single crochet decrease. So 1 and 2. And then we're just gonna go ahead and single crochet all the way around. So 1, 2, 3, that's 4, 5, and 6. Single crochet in the next 6 there. And then we're gonna go ahead and single crochet decrease. Go. And then we're gonna pull up our stitch marker. Now we're gonna do round 4. And round 4 is simply just single crocheting all the way around. Okay. And now that I did round 4, I'm gonna go ahead and we're going to do round 5. And round 5 is simply, we're gonna single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to do a single crochet decrease. There we go. And then we single crochet in the next 5 again. Get that out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then it's a single crochet decrease. And then we want to pull up our stitch marker. Oh, there we go. Now we're going to do 1 more decrease. And that was we single crochet in the next 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we're doing a single crochet decrease, and then the next 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then a single crochet decrease. And now that that's all done, pull out our stitch marker, and we're going to leave a small tail for sewing. Cut that off. I'm gonna finish this. There we go. And now I'm just gonna grab my yarn needle here. Uh-oh. Try to put that through without it splitting. Okay. Oh, nope, didn't work. All right, come on, yarn. Come on, get into this tiny little hole. There we go. Ah, got it. Okay, so basically, I am just gonna go through the loops like this. I'm just gonna go through all the loops like this, and once I get all the way around, I'm just gonna give it a good pull to close up the hole. Keep going. Uh-oh. Okay. Then I'm just gonna, there, see? Make sure that's all pulled. And then to close it off, go ahead and go back and forth and just kind of sew it shut. There we go. And now here's where I would close it off. Put through there and through here. And then give it a good tug like that. And then we'll just hide our yarn by putting it in between the stitches like this. Okay, and then I'll just go ahead and chop this off. And of course, I'll sew that up later, but here is our mitten. There we go. Okay, so now that we finished one part, we're gonna go ahead and start on our second mitten that will go inside of our first mitten. I'm gonna start with my slip knot. I'm using the same hook. Now this could be a bit difficult because this yarn is very fluffy and it gets very hard to see. So while you're crocheting, I would suggest feeling for the stitches. So we're going to start the same way. We're going to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to join, and as you can see here, right in here, you can see that it is really fluffy and you can't see the stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and just go right in. Okay, go, and I'm going to bring up my stitch and I'm going to do a slip stitch. So now we're just going to go straight in and work 10 single crochets into the stitch. So 1, 2, and this is 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this would be 10. And right here, oh, here, I have my stitch marker that I was using. I'm going to take this stitch marker, find, there it is, my stitch, and pull it through. There's my stitch marker. Now, now for round 2, we're going to do 2 single crochet into each stitch. So here is where you would have to kind of feel around for those stitches. So that's 1, and this is 2. Then we have 3 and 4, and this is 5 and 6, and then 7 and 8, here we go. Okay, this is 9 and 10, 11 and 12. Then we have 13 and 14. 15, 16. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a hole like right here. There it is. This is 17. And 18. And then right here is 19 and 20. Okay. And now I'm going to pull up my stitch marker as soon as I can find my, there it is. Okay. There we go. Now, for round 3, it's just 1 single crochet into each stitch. Pull up my stitch marker. And now we're going to go ahead and do round 4. Round 4 is 1 single crochet in the next stitch and 2 single crochet in the stitch after that. And then we're just going to repeat to the end. Okay, and now that I've done round 4, our next round is going to be simply, you should have 30 stitches, but it's kind of hard to count. I mean, you can if you go ahead and you just feel for each stitch, because you can feel them. But our next, for the rounds 5 through 22, we're going to go ahead and we are going to just do 1 single crochet all the way around. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that part off camera. And when I get back, then we'll go ahead and do our, I'll show you how to make the thumb hole on this glove. And remember that You're making 2 of each glove because the white part is going to end up inside of the blue mitten. The white mittens end up inside the blue mitten to make our fluffy and comfortable mittens. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up rounds 5 through 22. And then when I get back, I'll show you how to do the thumb hole. So, I went ahead and I did rows 5 through 22. Now, I know it's hard to see, so you can't really count your rows, but what I did was I took the mitten that I had finished, I laid out the mitten I was doing, and I just laid it over the top just to make sure I could see where the thumb was. And I'm at that point where the thumb should go. So now we're going to single crochet in the next 13 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And then right here, we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm just going to fill and skip 2 stitches. So 1, 2, so the next stitch goes here. Just like that. And then we'll just continue on single crocheting all the way to the end. Try not to skip any stitches. I don't want to make my mitten any smaller than it should be. Okay, and I'm going to pull up my stitch marker. And now we're going to do round 24, which is a simple 1 single crochet all the way around. So now right here where the thumb hole is, I know that we can't see the stitches, so I'm just going to put in here 6 because it's supposed to be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. And then I'm just going to go ahead and continue on single crocheting to the end. Pull up my stitch marker. And now we're going to go to round 25. And on round 25, we're going to single crochet in the next 15. So 1, 2, 3, and this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And now we're going to do a single crochet decrease, just like that. And then we're going to repeat it to the end. And now I'm just going to pull up my stitch marker. And now we're going to go on to round 26, which is single crochet in the next 14. Then we do a single crochet decrease and repeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Then we do our single crochet decrease and we repeat. Now we're going to go ahead and do round 17, which will be our last decrease. So it's 1 single crochet in the next 13 stitches, then a single crochet decrease and a repeat. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Then we do our single crochet decrease and then we repeat. All right, so now that I've finished round 27, we're going to go ahead and do rounds 28 through 32, where we're going to chain 2, and we are going to front post and back post all the way around. So, and it's just like before, you just want to make sure to feel before you actually put your hook in. Like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish this part up off camera. And of course, when I get back, I will show you. Okay, so now that I have finished round 27, we're going to go ahead and do rounds 28 through 32, which is simply going to be half double crochets all the way around. We're just going to half double crochet. Oops, I am single crocheting. Okay, half double crochet so it doesn't take long. We want to make sure our mitten for the inside comes out to be longer than this one, because we're going to flip it up and attach it to this one so that the white shows around these ridges. So we're just going to half double crochet from round 28 through 32. I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera. And when I get back, I'll show you how to attach the mittens. So now that we have finished our inside mitten, here the fluffy mitten, we want to go ahead and finish up our thumb before we put the two together. So you're going to add your yarn at any corner of the thumb hole, and you want to work 16 single crochets around this thumb hole. So that Now that I've worked 16 stitches, I'm going to go ahead and use this bright red stitch marker so I know where the end is. Now, for round 2 of this thumb, we're just going to simply do 1 single crochet in each stitch. Okay, and now that I've done row 2, we're going to do row 3. Row 3 is we're going to single crochet in the next 6 stitches, and then it's a single crochet decrease, and then we repeat. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then it's a decrease. And now we're going to repeat. Okay. Now I'm just going to go ahead and pull up my stitch marker. And now for round 4, it's just simply 1 single crochet in each stitch. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and pull up my stitch marker. And then that will be our last, just simply single crocheting around. Now we're going to do 2 rounds of decrease. So our next one is we single crochet in the next 5, then there's a decrease and a repeat. This is 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then there's a decrease, single crochet, decrease, and then we repeat it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we do our decrease. And then I just come in and pull up my stitch marker. And now we're going to do our next decrease, which is single crochet in the next 4. Then we decrease and repeat. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then there's the decrease. And then now we're going to repeat it. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then it's a decrease. And now we are all done. We don't need to pull up the stitch marker and actually take it off. Now we're going to cut just a bit of a good amount, and we're going to finish off, and I'm going to go ahead and use our yarn needle. Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm going to use our yarn needle to close up the hole at the top. Okay, this is going to be hard because it's super fluffy. Oh, but I think I got it. Did I get it? Come on. Yes. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is you're just going to go through the stitches. So, you're going to feel for the stitches, and you're just going to go. You're going to weave, going in and out, like you're sewing. Just like that. this would be, right there would probably be the end of this. And then right here would be where I started. Okay, and then we're just going to give it a good, ooh, I don't want to break it. That's the thing with this yarn. It's very, it will break if you're not careful, and you don't want to do that. Okay, I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get. So in order to close it up even more, because I don't want to break the yarn, I am going to do, I'm just gonna sew over the top, and that'll close it up. And since it's so fluffy, you won't even be able to tell. There we go. And this will be my last sew right here. And this is where I will finish off before I close it all the way. I'm gonna go through the loop, and then before I close the last loop here, and now I'm going to slowly push this down and slowly pull on it. I don't want to break it. So then I'm just gonna hide the yarn into the fluff. There we go. Just like that. All right, and now I'm just gonna chop that off. Now I have to tell you, I did finish this the bottom part here, and you want to make sure you leave not too long of a tail, but somewhat of a tail to sew them together. So, okay, which was which? Okay, I think, okay, so this is my glove right here. And what I do right now, I want to just kind of sew this, actually I could just cut it because I could just make it shorter. You can weave in that tail if you want to, or you can just cut it off. But because this part is going to be hidden, it really didn't matter. So now I'm going to take my hand, and don't worry if it doesn't fit all the way, because it's not supposed to fit all the way. It's supposed to, like this. You're supposed to flip it up just like that. There we go. There we go. I know that looks weird. It's poking through there. Okay, but there, that's how it is supposed to look. And now, then you take and you want to, see if I can get this in here without it ripping. Ah, did it. Right. Now, what you want to do is you want to take this and you want to just go right here at the bottom and then through the white fluffy part of the glove and sew it just like that. Then you want to come back right at the bottom of the fluffy part and go through the blue part of the glove. And you want to go all the way around like that to finish off your glove. And then once you have finished sewing it, this glove is all done. Now all you would need to do is make one more, since you know you don't have just one hand to keep warm. We normally have two hands, so you want to make two mittens.